So I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't just a little bit nervous about seeing Ready Player One. It was a film that could have so easily been terrible, pandering, or just unsure of itself. But luckily, the film turned out to be excellent. What I love more than anything else about this film is how it succeeded as a geek fest. But what exactly is a geek fest? Well, in my mind, a geek fest is a film, game, or really any piece of art that has a plethora of references to a particular topic. So, for example, the Lego movie would be a geek fest for Lego geeks. This image is a geek fest for gamer geeks. And Kingdom Hearts is a geek fest for Disney geeks. Throughout this video essay, I will be explaining why I think that Ready Player One is the ultimate geek fest, but to do so, I will be heavily comparing it to one of the worst geek fest movies ever made, the Emoji Movie. Yes, I watched the freaking Emoji Movie just for this video. By the way, this video contains spoilers. If you want to see Ready Player One spoiler free, I suggest you leave now and come back to this video after you have seen it. And if you want to see the Emoji Movie spoiler free, I suggest that you seek help. So first and foremost, Ready Player One does not insult its target audience, something that the Emoji Movie fails in its first few minutes. So many of the references in Ready Player One are so obscure that you couldn't possibly notice them all in a single watch through. And the only ones that are really shoved in your face are done so to set up future plot points, like the Iron Giant replica being pointed out, only because it was going to show up in the climactic battle. For example, Parzival, the protagonist, drives a DeLorean from Back to the Future, complete with flux capacitor and loose-fitting license plate. Although no one within the film actually mentions it, it's just kind of there. Oh look, there's Commander Shepard. Anyone gonna bring up that he's just standing around in a club? No, didn't think so. And that's just the kind of movie this is. The people who created this film aren't worried that you won't know who everyone is because they assume you know as much as they do. Which takes me to my second point. The people who made this movie really know their stuff. They know every single character and setting in this film and why people love them. As opposed to the Emoji Movie, who put the freaking eggplant emoji into the unpopular emoji room. Really? The eggplant. No matter what kind of geek you are, you're bound to find some background detail that stands out to you. Me personally, in one scene I just saw Marva the Martian walking along with a group of people. Yet to hear anyone else really bring that up. I thought it was pretty cool. But why would the makers of Ready Player One make references to Looney Tunes, Battletoads, and whatever the hell this thing is? The answer to that takes us to the next point in this film's favour. Tell me, in the Emoji Movie, why did the emojis go through Candy Crush and Just Dance? Was it because those apps live in the hearts of all smartphone geeks? Is it a way to show the audience that the filmmakers also agree that this thing is pretty awesome? No, it's because they were paid a ton of money to do it. Now, why does Ready Player One have references to the Iron Giant, Chucky, and The Shining? Was it a sellout? No, it's because these properties are well known to film geeks and live in the hearts of thousands of people. They know that seeing these references are going to make people happy. And if you really think that Warner Brothers paid a bunch of money to have the Iron Giant show up, then you're kidding yourself. Well, I mean, it probably helped that The Shining was directed by one of Steven Spielberg's buddies, Stanley Kubrick, rest in peace. But this is not to say that Ready Player One didn't have any product placements or behind the scenes deals. I think it might have, but I'll get into that later. For now, let's move on to the final point. You know, self-indulgence in a movie can be dangerous. When it's done right, like that rotating shot in The Avengers, it is so good. But when you get it wrong, like Jack Sparrow jumping from the tower in On Stranger Tides, it can be pretty sad to watch. If it's obscure enough, like the Boulder Appreciation in Shrek, then you can probably get away with it, but it's usually either done well or done poorly. As you can imagine, the Emoji Movie does this poorly, with the emoji pop being so cool that even the dancer reckons it's cool. Oh, we're so cool, guys. Can't you see how cool we are? Ready Player One, on the other hand, does self-indulgence quite well. For two reasons. One, people aren't gushing over how cool they are, even when they have every right to be. And two, the scenes are actually freaking great. Have you ever seen something so awesome you just laughed uncontrollably? That's what the climactic battle of Ready Player One did to me. I mean, where else are you gonna see a Gundam mecha fight Mechagodzilla? Where else are you gonna see Tracer and Lara Croft fighting side by side? Where else is the Iron Giant sinking into lava going to give a Terminator 2 style thumbs up? Not in the Emoji Movie, I can tell you that much. Now, this is not to say that Ready Player One is a flawless film. The third act is a little longer than it should be, and I believe there may have been some kind of behind-the-scenes deal with Microsoft to keep Sony characters out of the film. Hence, no Aloy, no Ratchet, no Jack, and no Nathan Drake. I could be wrong, maybe they are in the film, they're just not as prevalent as Halo Spartans, or maybe Sony just didn't want to give them the rights. They've been kinda like that lately. But despite the flaws, I loved this movie. I say it's the ultimate geek fest because it caters to so many types of geeks, whether they be classic game geeks, modern game geeks, or film geeks. There's something for most geeks here. Despite constantly comparing it to the Emoji Movie, Ready Player One really has more in common with Who Framed Roger Rabbit. All your favorite comic, game, and movie characters all coming together for a movie. And that is why Ready Player One is the ultimate geek fest. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. Did you know that I write and direct my own movies? It's true. If you want to watch them, head over to the parent channel, Big Joe Productions. If you'd like to see more, I did an essay just last week about a fairly new anime called Takagi-san that is just pure joy in a show. Check it out if you're interested. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.